in order to be ready for the next game or the road, whatever it is, it starts right after the game ends and you sit down, you know. So I'm getting right to the ice and I'm getting right to nutrition and getting fluids back into me because I need to start preparing for the next game. So it's funny. A lot of people like see me like walking off the court, you know, when there's like time left in the game.
Right.
Like no matter if it's a loss or a win, the reason I'm trying to get to the locker room so I can start
I think I saw a clip from last night.
Yeah. The game was a wrap.
He's hungry.
I got to get to the locker room to start my process to get ready for the next game.
That's
so
amazing.
I'll be sitting in the locker room, foot on the ice bags on. I got my smoothie and my fruit, and I'm already getting to it right now. So like,
that's amazing. Like people will probably see you leave the court and be like, "No, damn, you know."
Yo, they had that. It was funny when during a loss, they was like, "Oh, he's a poor sport." He's leaving the court, they lost, and then they start seeing me do it during the wins. They was like, well. He's no sportsmanship.
That's a great thing for fans to know. Like that's how dialed you are in your process. Is like I cannot wait for the next step in the process. You're not sitting there ready to like chest bump at the buzzer. Let me get in this tub.
Let's get this done.
Right. Let's get the right food in. That's amazing. I mean, I appreciate it. I was someone that tried to always look for every advantage. You know, I probably wasn't gonna beat anyone in a race, a jumping contest, a lifting, you know, so I always look for like to learn. So like the amount of time, resources, commitment you've put into your body, your craft, I think is an incredible example.
For sure.
So,
I mean, listen, from outside looking in, and like we said, we never had any conversations about it, but what you was able to do with your career, like you said, you wasn't the fastest, you wasn't the strongest, you wasn't the tallest, and you sitting with 2 MVP trophies, you know, and being able to transcend a game of basketball, like what you did, you know, in Phoenix with D'Antoni and those guys, you guys brought a level of expertise to the game that's still now being played. You know, get the ball up like right away. You know, like we're not wasting no time. You know, and being able to play with the pass, being infectious, things of that nature, and you being a catapult to that because of your level of commitment to your craft. I don't think that's talked about enough in our sport. You know, what's talked about is how high you can jump, how far you can shoot. You know, all these other, how strong you are. But I think what gets overlooked is the level of commitment to one's craft, and that is why you're able to succeed. You know, because we've seen it in sports, we've seen the strongest guys don't make it. We've seen the most athletic guys don't make it. We've seen the guys with the best looking shot don't make it. We've seen the guys with the greatest handles don't make it. What is it that separates? What is it that separates? Obviously, opportunity sometimes has something to do with it. Obviously, circumstances have something to do with it. But there's something about the level of the process when it comes to your craft.
Right.
And I don't think that's ever talked about enough. When it comes to our sport.
That's an interesting topic, actually. Like,
or sports in general.
Yeah. What are the non-negotiables? Like, what are the themes of greatness? Like, you know, like you said, it just because you're the biggest, strongest, fastest doesn't make you great, right? Like, to me, it's kind of like resilience, like intelligence. You know, like these are the characteristics. Like discipline.
Yeah,
like,
discipline.
If you have the discipline to work at your craft, to get better every day, to always have a growth mindset. You know, if you are able to read and react, able to learn on the fly, you know, you can go places. Like, it doesn't matter how big. And so that's the beauty of this, finding the process, sticking with it, hitting plateaus, not giving up.
And not having all the answers, or not thinking you know all the damn answers.
Right.
Being able to have that growth mindset, you know, even though you may be great now, how do you know it's going to be sustainable 5 years from now or 10 years from now? How can you continue to reinvent yourself to the point where, like, you know, it gets to the point where it wasn't, your career didn't end 10 years ago because you gave up on the commitment of the process.
Yeah. Wheels fell off.
And it's, by the way, control what you can control.
Yeah, that's it, right?
And you can't control that.
Yeah.
But by the way, you sleep better at night, you're like, fuck, you know, I had more to give. I know I was committed to the craft. But that's something that you can't control. That's something certain people can't control. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But how can you sleep better at night when you know that you've cheated the process or you didn't give everything that you had when you had all the opportunities to. You know, that's the thing that I knew for sure that I did not want to be a part of that conversation.